Welcome to Superhero Pow. I'm your host nerd, Tom Frumgen.
Hey there. I have a confession to make. I think I forgot how to draw. After years of art schooling, I've been a little laxed in my drawing these days, and, well, to prove my point, I was just recently sketching a picture of He-Man, and this is what I got. Yikes. So here's some other recent sketches of mine. Here's Superman. That's just awkward. Stiff, awkward, and yuck. Here we have, I think that was Wonder Man in his original costume, and woofus. And that's Aurora. Apparently I've broken her spine. Aurora from Alpha Flight. It used to be pretty good. Look at this picture of He-Man I did a couple of years ago. That is significantly better, wouldn't you say? And here's a picture of Batman done in the style of Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Here's a final drawing of Aquaman fighting Wolverine. Alright, I clearly need to get back into drawing more. Let's see. What should I try? One of my favorite old-time comic book characters. I mean, he's still around today, but kind of old guy is Nova. So maybe I'll try to see if I can do a quick sketch of the man called Nova. Put here. Let's see if I can. I always like to start full screen because that helps me see the proportions, make sure the proportions are coming out right, and the arms are a little long, I think, but that's okay. And I can either flip layers or do something. I'm just going to pick a darker blue and beef them out a little more. One thing that's always good to do when you're drawing figures is try to get them in 3 dimensions. So you put these little cylinders on them to remind yourself that it's not a line, it's not just a flat line. It's meant to be a solid 3-dimensional object. Draw my man Nova. The human retro rocket. And I can see immediately this has gone way off. Look at how his head is connecting. That is like tragically wrong. Let's go back to my lighter color. And I'm going to zoom in since I've lost control of it. So let's see. That's kind of like the hairline, his brow line, and his nose line, and the plumb line, middle line of his head. Now, I've been getting a tendency to make facial features a little too big these days. I gotta watch that. Actually, I don't even know why I'm carving his head this much. Is that too big? I think that's a little too big. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm losing my ability to draw, but there we go. Shrink his head. And when I really needed to fix something, I'd pull out my red pencil. My red pencil is like, all right, this lines are serious now. All right, so now we're going to give Nova his helmet. I don't know why I like this guy so much. I feel like a lot of times with superheroes, you just like them because they look cool. He has this little starburst here. I pretty much prefer the way John Buscema and Sale Buscema drew him back in the day. This is Rich Rider. This is not... I'm forgetting the new character's name. Sam something. This is not Sam. This is Rich. As a typical comic nerd, I like the guy I was reading when I started reading. So, I'm a fan of Rich. Oddly enough, though, I think the best series of Rich was done by Eric Larson. Eric Larson, he didn't draw it, but Eric Larson wrote a Nova series where he kind of had Nova as like a sad sack character. It's just nothing went right for the guy. Everything was terrible. How's Nova looking like now? See if I get rid of these guys. There he is. That's how long his forearm is. Now let's put it over here. Ta-da! You're telling me this is the same size? I don't think so. Can't argue with math, but boy, I don't think that's the same size. So now I gotta do crazy things now to help me. Look at that, I pulled that off. Yeah, those are about the same size. I think I'm gonna push him over here just a smidgen. Look at that, I didn't have to redraw anything. Oh, in case anybody watching is curious about this, I am not on a Cintiq, I am using a Yenova, which is a Chinese competitor of the Cintiq, and about $1,000 cheaper. So, I've had it for years, no real complaints with it. The other thing I'd say is I'm using Photoshop. Mind you, if you're going to do some real drawing, I don't recommend Photoshop. It's fine, but if you want really good line quality, use Manga Studio. Okay, so now, as I was saying, I'm about ready to do some final line work. You can see how kind of shaky and blobby my line work is. That is Photoshop. Yeah, one of the ways I discovered to kind of get the wobbles out of my line on Photoshop, as I'm kind of remembering here, is to try to stroke a little on the fast side. Probably has to do with my own little wobbles in my hand that I'm unaware of. But the faster you go, the smoother it seems to come out. And I've talked to a lot of different artists about this. Comic books, animation, kind of like, why does line quality suck? And it just does. I knew nobody ever was like, oh, let me tell you how you solve that. They were just kind of like, you learn to live with it. Crazy thing is some of this line quality is probably going to disappear on me because I am going to make his shirt. His shirt is going to have a lot of black. I clean it up? I did. Something to be a little bit more comic booky, you kind of put a little dirt in your line work. Helps, just makes it look overall better. In animation, you don't want any dirt on your line work because it'll take on a life of its own. Last one was I don't like any of that. I'm getting rid of all that. You know why? Because I like Nova's armbands to be super shiny. Boy, look at that sad sack of a crotch for him. How do I fix that? Gotta go in and... Usually when you have problems like this, you go in and box it. Take it back to another level. Pick another color. At least that's how I like to do it. And then think about your anatomy classes. And you try to really sell the fact that that is what's going on in his pelvis. Alright, so I guess the thing that will help me sell it is the angle of that line. Let's go back to here. And that was way too big. The crease wouldn't be that big. And probably a secondary one there, I think, just to keep the variety going. Now let's clean it up. That's not cleaning it up too well, is it? Let's get in there closer. One thing that helps you when you draw is, and this is going to sound kind of funny, but it's to know what you're drawing. That looks a little better. I don't know. Put this back. I think I'm going to put some crease lines over here. Maybe this guy here. What if I hooked, instead of letting this guy be flat like that, what if I hook him in around the bone? Might have a little too much drawing there, but it's working better. What if I put a lat line down there? I'm not sure I like it there. Let's see, what if I put a lat line here? Taper that one a little bit. See, now these look like two parallel lines, and that's a little weird looking. So, don't think I'll go with that. Go back here. Okay, what if I go crazy? Just delete that line altogether. Of course, it doesn't help that there's no details up here, so that kind of makes this look a little weird. I think I can live with that. It's definitely defining the shape more. His crotch is kind of weird. Probably should, oopsie, put a more old-fashioned crotch on him. Make it concave a little. This isn't necessarily to remove his junk, but just to kind of be like, you know, it's fabric pulling. Well, I am lost in the weeds over here by his crotch, but hey, I'm learning. I'm trying to figure out how to draw again, so this is good. I gotta keep working this and working this until I get something that looks like a human crotch. You know what I'm saying? Surely the Nova Core has great cup technology. Don't want your corpsmen going down like a sack of potatoes because they take a nut shot. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that was looking pretty good. Pretty good start. Now, for his interior blacks, what I like to do for that is I like to just go in with another layer and another color. Color doesn't really matter too much. and I like to go in shapes. I'm kind of a slave to anatomy sometimes. I put too much anatomy in my stuff. Sometimes it looks good. Sometimes I just feel like I get bogged down. It's just not interesting design work. And especially fictional drawing or not fictional drawing. Well, I guess fictional is what I'm saying. I don't mean something that's like not real. I mean something that's going fictional in the sense of it's a story. So, if you're telling a story with your artwork, it should have some style to it. So, a lot of times I feel like I forget that angle of my drawings. One thing about blackening in or putting white spaces, white details in all black stuff is it's all about the negative space. So you have to be very careful with the line thickness because you lose that. You lose the line. Okay, that was inelegant. What I was trying to say is the one thing tricky about letting the white space show through all the black is that you no longer have the line quality defining the shapes. All you have is the negative space, the white space, and so you have to pay extra attention to what the white looks like, not your line. And so a lot of times something that you thought was a great looking shape because you had the line there, once you get rid of that line, it doesn't look so good anymore. I've been doing animation for so long, or I had been doing animation for so long that I kinda forget to put details in. Because you get more into the simplicity of line and form. Alright, there he is. There's Nova. All done. Looks alright. I think his abdomen is a little small. I think his limbs are looking too big because of it, but it's alright. Nope, I suppose I forgot to put the rock he's supposed to be standing on, right? Remember, he's supposed to be standing on a rock, because why else is his foot this big? So we'll just put in a little indication of some sort of rock. I don't know, should I color him? Why not? Let's give him a little color. To put down some color, I just kind of pull from swatches. Maybe I'll noodle it a little bit. I'm gonna put on a color on the background. This helps me see that I'm staying inside the lines. In the comic books it said that Nova has shields over his eyes, so I just go for the shine. That looks about the color I like for Nova, or at least today. I'm sure my opinions on the color of his costume will vary on day to day, unless I make a model sheet and designate that's the color. Or at least that's the color. Optimal lighting. If I want to do them into near nothing, this is how you do cheapo fast backgrounds. Let's give me some blue, some more crazy blue, and then just kind of pull it around until you see something you like. Now let's color all the yellow. He's got his head down a little bit, so let's A lot of drawing is just moving the dang pencil around. That was the one thing they impressed upon me in life drawing class, that a lot of the times getting good just means working. I know when me and my friends started to get jobs, that's when we made the biggest improvements in our artwork. All right, there it is. The man called Nova, all colored up, pretty and shiny looking the way he should, in my opinion. If you have a different opinion, that's fine, but that's how I like to see him. All right, I'm on my way to becoming a better artist, which is good because there are things I want to do. Once I feel more comfortable drawing, I plan to do a little animation. So watch this spot as it transforms from sketch videos to making animated shorts. Been so long, I can't wait. Anyway, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for spending time with me. And if you can be so kind to like, comment, notify, and subscribe, I won't have to keep selling my blood.